Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining my channel today. This is Brendan Ingram here, back with another live stream today. So, I'm going to be reviewing last night's Monday Night Raw. So before I get started with that, I have a lot to fucking say. Number one, the team of Cedric Alexander and Ricochet are the best. Those guys used their speed, their quickness in the ring against Brandon and Sean Thorne. Yeah, Ricochet and Cedric Alexander, those guys are great. Those guys killed it in the ring. Those guys were amazing. But what was not amazing last night was the fact that me and my clanmate John Dragonheart was on the mic, right, on World of Tanks Mercenaries. So yeah, I was playing World of Tanks Mercenaries last night, right? So me and John Dragonheart was on the mic. We had some fucking retard from the fucking Remix clan cutting on the mic, talking about something, calling us fucking autistic. Hey, for one, you can call me autistic because I was born with autism, ADHD, and OCD, whether people like it or not, whether people don't want to hear it or not want to hear it, whether people want to hear it or don't want to hear it. Seriously. So this guy goes on, he cuts on his mic, he calls us autistic, and then he offends me by talking bad about people with autism. This guy from the Remix clan talks bad. He comes on the mic and talks bad about autism. Do you know how that made me feel? That made me feel fucking angered. And I was pissed. I wasn't about to let this guy talk to me like that. I wasn't about to let him talk to my clanmate like that. So I cut on the mic and I cussed his ass out. I told him, I said, dude, your fucking parents didn't raise you right, apparently. I called him a fucking idiot, a retard, a dickhead, all that kind of stuff, man. Because that guy was absolutely a straight up fucking retard. And a straight up fucking racist, dumb fuck for fucking offending me, talking bad about autism. Yeah, you don't fucking offend people with autism like that. That's fucking disrespectful. And I don't think that's right. That didn't sit right with me. See? Wargaming, that's another way of wargaming, trying to let people come on the mic, talk shit. But wargaming has nothing to fucking do about it. See, that's another fucking sign that this fucking game is full of retards. This World of Tanks game that I play every single day, that's another sign that World of Tanks Mercenaries has nothing but full of fucking retards on that game. And yesterday was yet another fucking bad day for me. I had yet another fucking day last night because of that. And because of that, I couldn't even focus. I was playing two matches. The last two matches, I kept telling one of my friends that I met, one of the friends from the Trax clan, I kept telling him, man, I said, dude, I can't fucking focus, man. After he fucking said that racist comment on the mic, after he came on the mic and said that racist comment offending people with autism, dude, I couldn't even focus anymore. Dude, I said, man, I'm getting off. After what he said, man, I said, dude, I'm getting off the fucking game. Because I don't think that was right, dude. And then you got this game tag named Fast Ass Christ going around here calling people fags on World of Tanks Mercenaries. Like, no one's paying attention to that. Nobody's coming on the mic to tell me that they know this guy. Like, seriously. The last three matches, I've told everybody, I said, if you see this guy named Fast Ass Christ, you need to freaking mute this guy. Do not have contact with this guy. Do not talk to him, because he's always calling people fags. Man, it seemed like some players on my team didn't come on the mic and didn't say nothing. It's like they didn't care. And you know what? Wargaming doesn't care about us getting defended. They don't care. They don't give a shit. It's like, oh, it's about the money and the fame, but it's not about protecting the people on the game that are offended, especially people with autism. They always think it's about money. But, hey, it's also about protecting your players from people being offended. Hello, Wargaming. Yeah, I'm talking to you. You should have been notified about this last night. You should have been, this thing should have been recorded. I should have just fucking recorded this shit last night, and I should have just took it to Wargaming and said, you know what, man, dude, this guy's offending people, and I think he should be banned for this game for 30 or 20 days for that shit. That just wasn't right, dude. It wasn't. It wasn't. It didn't sit well with me, man. I wasn't happy. Made me so mad I cussed him out, man. Pissed me off. It was so bad that John Dragonheart had to tell Scott about it, man, and Scott wasn't even on because my clan leader's power went out. I said, damn, man, that's bad. That's bad when you got somebody offending you and your clan leader is not even on, you know, and your friends. It's bad when you got somebody offending you and your friend, you know, and all your friends are not there in the platoon with you. Well, John Dragonheart was in a platoon with me. JS was in a platoon with me too, but he was gone. I wish he was on the mic, man. I wish he would have heard that, man. He would have said something. He would have definitely said something about that, man. A lot of people I platooned with would have said something about that. And you know what? I've already talked with the guy. I already talked with the Remix clan member, man. I've already talked with him. I told him, I said, we're going to talk about this Wednesday. I'm going to tell you about it Wednesday. That's what I told him. Because today I got to work. So I told his clanmate that I'm friends with. There's actually 4 people that I'm friends with in that clan. So tomorrow, I'm gonna, when my clan leader and my XO comes on this week, I'm gonna tell him about it, man. John Dragonheart's already told him, but I'm gonna tell him in person about it. I'm gonna tell him on the mic when I join their platoons this week. I'm actually gonna join Scott and Michaela's platoon this week. I don't know, not the party though, because it'd be too many people in party chat. But I'll join their platoon. This is private. This is personal, man. Nope. I mean, you know what? I'm actually. This shouldn't be private. This should be for everybody to hear. Because if somebody ever offends them, man, they need to step up and say something, cuss them out or something. Dude, that was just absolutely freaking ridiculous. It was absolutely offensive, man, in a way. My phone just cut on by itself because I got a message. It was absolutely offensive, man. It was not only disrespectful to me, but it was disrespectful to my clanmate too, man. And it was disrespectful to Zack Attack, because I told Zack Attack about it too, man. He's in our clan too. You know, some of these players of World of Tanks Mercenaries, they have no fucking respect for their freaking own. They don't have no respect for players on this game, let alone they don't have respect for their own fucking friends. People like that, man, need to fucking delete their games. People like that that's going to be offending people like that on the game need to delete their fucking games and go play Fortnite, because no one has time to be offended like that. No one shouldn't be offended like that. No one deserves to be offended like that at all, period. No one, not even a little kid. No one deserves to be offended like that. Little kids with autism don't deserve to be offended like that. Young adults with autism, like me, don't deserve to be offended like that. And most certainly the elderly people that has autism certainly don't deserve to be offended like that. We all, as autism, we all people with autism have a right to step up to people on video games that offend us, you know. We all have a right to step up and say what we want. We all have a right to cuss at them and say what we want, man. And that's what I did. I did what I had to do. My mom was trying to freaking stop me from saying all these things, but she couldn't stop me because I kept going. The freaking guy pissed me off, man. Like, seriously. You don't fucking talk to a 21-year-old autistic person like that. Like, that's so disrespectful, man. And I didn't take that too kindly. I really didn't. So, before I get started reviewing Monday Night Raw, anyways, back to what I was saying. So, make sure you hit that like, subscribe button, turn on those notifications so you won't, turn on that bell for those notifications, important, so you won't miss the reviews I do on this channel every week. Of course, my Monday Night Raw reviews, my NXT reviews, my Friday Night SmackDown reviews. And at the end, I will be telling you the WWE filming schedule again. Like I did say that yesterday on my live streaming on World of Tanks Mercenaries. I did tell y'all that, so I'm going to remind y'all the WWE filming schedule change again. I'm going to mention that to y'all at the end. I'm going to tell you how the schedule went, how the schedule is lined up. To those of you who wants to know the WWE filming schedule, to those of you who have to work who wants to know it, I'll tell you. Yeah, be sure you follow me on Twitter, like my Facebook page that I created, that I'm going to be boosting up soon. Every time I say that, I don't do it. I gotta save a lot of money to do that. And that's what I'm trying to do. I don't have to necessarily save a lot of money to do that. I can spend whatever money I want to spend to boost it up. I just want to save a lot to where I can boost it all the way up so I can get those views right away, right off the bat. So, I might soon be working more days. I don't know. I told my boss, I said, for now, I'm going to be working Tuesday and Thursdays because I think those are the perfect days for me right now at the moment. So I told my KFC boss, I said, I think Tuesday, Thursdays will work for me right now at this point. So, that's what I told my boss last Thursday. But anyways, I really was, I gotta admit, I really was pissed off, man. I was upset at this guy, man. I was pissed off, man. He had no right to come on the mic and say that. And not to mention, Tank Girl was platooned up with this guy. Tank Girl. The woman that used to be in our clan, man. She was platooned up with him. And she didn't even come on the mic to tell him to stop. And not even his freaking clanmate Panther didn't come on the mic and tell him to stop. Oh, and I bet you they were in the party chat agreeing with him when he said that too. He probably told them that. He probably recognized me because he probably knows that I probably called him out in the previous months for sitting back in his fucking heavy, camping back there. I seen that guy. I seen that guy. That freaking Ghost Sniper Atlas guy. I seen how he plays. He sits back and freaking snipes, dude. And then he comes on the mic complaining. Every time we win a match, he comes on the mics complaining. I done ran into a few matches with that guy, man. That guy makes me fucking sick, man, on the stomach. Like, this dude needs to fucking grow the fuck up. Like, seriously. This dude is a fucking total fucking retard and a total fucking dickhead and has no respect for people with autism. Offending people with autism like that. He's a total negative person, man. No one. Why are the Remix clan even wasting their time having this guy in their clan anyway, man? They need to be fucking kicking this guy out for that. That's not cool. Remix clan, they don't need to have a guy like that in their clan. I hope Slacks is listening because, man, your fucking clanmate, Ghost Sniper Atlas, man, this guy is so fucking disrespectful, man. Like, seriously. I really hope Slacks, Train, and Smoke is listening because that guy is really disrespectful. Yeah, and I can't wait for my clan leader to come on and Michaela to come on because I'm going to tell them about it. I've already sent them a recording voice message telling them, man, that we need to talk about this guy Wednesday. I need to tell y'all something. I need to tell y'all something about what happened last night. It just, I don't know, man. I don't even know the words. I don't even know how I don't even have the words to describe it. You know. I can't move on from that, man. I cannot. I'm not moving on from that yet. Not right now. No, this guy needs to be heard and told. There's a lot of people names that I'm going to be mentioning in matches, man, because these people need to be told. These people need to know these guys, and they need to be alert. They need to be alerted about these guys, because these guys could come on the mic and talk shit about them. So from now on, in matches, if I see my friends on my team, I'm going to alert them about that fast-ass Christ guy and that freaking Ghost Sniper Atlas guy. And if I see Train to Smoke on my team, I'm going to tell him, man, your fucking clanmate, dude, is a fucking dickhead, man. You need to fucking kick his ass out. I'm going to tell him that, too. I don't care. I'm not scared to tell him, man. That clanmate's a fucking dickhead, man. The freaking Ghost Sniper Atlas guy. For real. Seriously, he literally is, man. Got some nerve talking to a 21-year-old young adult with autism like that, man. Got some nerve. This guy's got some nerve. Literally, he's got some freaking nerve. Hey, that shows you right there that guys like that have no respect for humanity, for nature, for this earth, period. That right there lets you know that person has no respect for anybody on this game. Doesn't even have respect for his clanmates whatsoever. His own fucking clanmates. But anyways, I'm fucking moving on. So, yeah. Anyways, again, be sure you all follow me on Twitter, like my Facebook page, subscribe to my Twitch, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And again, turn on those notifications. Turn on the bell for those notifications. Important. So, moving forward, we're going to start this Monday Night Raw review. So, this week's Raw opens up with a look back at the last week when Seth Rollins attacked Drew McIntyre following his win over Andrade. The WWE Champion makes his way to the ring. He'll face on Angel Garza later tonight. So actually, I'm going to put Drew McIntyre up here. The WWE Champion, the newly WWE Champion Drew McIntyre, the Scottish psychopath, as he's been referred to. So, this guy is going to be the best WWE Champion this year. This year. He's going to be the best WWE Champion this year. If WWE does him the right way. If WWE lets him continue his reign. If WWE goes along with it. Because, some WWE does stuff wrong sometimes with their shows, and WWE sometimes does right with their shows. Now, this, specifically, Drew McIntyre being WWE Championship, WWE did right on their part on this. So, but a part of a lot of us felt like that Drew McIntyre should have been WWE champion a long time ago. Part of us felt like he should have been championship years ago. Oh, and by the way, Roman Reigns is apparently banned from WWE. Like, dude, they were 6 years behind already with that. I mean, we already know that. We know Vince McMahon was furious with Roman Reigns because he didn't show up at WrestleMania 36. Roman Reigns he was banned. 6 years behind with that shit. Like what JD said off his script, on his Off the Script podcast. These people are really 6 years behind with that shit, man. I mean, there's no need to fucking report that. We know that. We don't need to be reminded of all that stuff. We don't need to be reminded. We know that Roman Reigns is banned from WWE. But there is one person who could be returning soon. And that person is Sarah Logan. From what I was told by my sources. I was told by my sources that she could be returning soon to WWE. Rather than later. Sooner than when you think. So anyways, Drew McIntyre made his way to the ring. It said he would be facing Angel Garza later on tonight. So McIntyre says this is the highlight of week and thanks us for joining him. He gets to business and says he was ambushed last week and left laying. And who isn't surprised that happened? Him. The WWE Championship brings with it fame, prestige, money, and more. But also a bullseye, because whoever holds that title is the best in the industry. And he is at the top, where it's crowned. Everybody wants to be champion. McIntyre says Seth stoned him twice last week. And if you read between the lines, he isn't all that complex. He wants to be the champion, but does Seth deserve an opportunity? Drew says he could make Seth jump that through hoops. But he's one of the most decorated WWE superstars of all time. And those of you that are just joining, this is the April the 20th, 2020 edition of my Monday Night Raw review. Streaming live on WWE 2K20 on my YouTube channel. And those of you that are just tuning in that are wanting to comment, thanks for joining. Leave me a comment if you like. The chat is up for conversation, for chat, if you guys want to talk. It's up there. You already know. Those of you that are subscribed to my channel, you already know. Anyways, and if he wants to be one of the best of all time, he's going to have to fight the best WWE has to offer. So at Money in the Bank, he's challenging Seth, and then he addresses Rollins directly. But before he can get very far, he's interrupted by Angel Garza, Austin Theory, and Zelina Vega. Drew calls Vega the number one thorn in his ass. She laughs and says they're all so sick of his little speeches. The problem is, he's too focused on Money in the Bank that he's overlooking Angel Garza. Just then, Andrade attacks the champion from behind, but quickly gets dropped with a Claymore kick. Theory and Garza refuse to get into the ring, and McIntyre hits Andrade with another Claymore that sends him flying over the ropes. The heels retreat. It said still to come, it was going to be Drew McIntyre versus Angel Garza, MVP versus Apollo Crews, Rey Mysterio versus Murphy, and Aleister Black versus Austin Theory, which those matches did took place last night. That matches did happen. So here's okay, so now. Alright, so now here is what happened with the match between Aleister Black and wait for it, Austin Theory. Uh-oh, guys, I made a mistake. I made a huge mistake by clicking the start button. Oh, man. Oh. I'm telling y'all, this week just has not been my week. Literally, that guy just really lost my complete focus. That guy just really derailed and ruined my complete focus on Roll the Tanks Mercenaries last night, trying to kill Tanks. I mean, his words, the way he fucking offended me, man, I just lost complete focus on this week, man. And at work, it's probably going to be the same. The boss going to ask me how I'm doing. Well, I'm going to be like, well, I'm not doing so well. This week hasn't been my week. I've had a person offended me on the game, and people are just not helping their team win the game, win the battle, you know, and all that. And, you know, it's just stuff like that, man, it just, you know. But I accidentally clicked the wrong button. That was my fault. I didn't mean to click the start button. That is letting you. That's a sign right there that my focus has been completely off the rail because of that guy. What he said last night. It was so bad. He lost. He made me lose my complete focus on the game last night. It was that bad. I'm telling you, it was that bad. That fucking bad. I mean, I don't even have any words to say other than what I said, other than the fact that I cussed him out last night for what he said. I wasn't gonna let that guy talk to me like that. You all know that I'm not gonna let a motherfucking person talk to me like that. You know that. You all know that. You all should know that by now that I'm not. So here's the results of the match between Aleister Black and Austin Theory last night. This was the match to start off Monday Night Raw. Of course, Drew McIntyre coming out to the ring started off Monday Night Raw, but the first match to start off Monday Night Raw was this match right here. So Theory takes a risk at the offset, but I think they're referring to offense. I'm not sure. They might be referring to offense. But anyways, Theory takes a risk at the offense offset, but Black spins out and takes Theory down by the leg. So Black wraps Austin's arm around his back, but Theory gets up and takes the wrist again. Black hits an arm drag, but gets dropped with a shoulder. Black looks to sweep Theory, but it's dodged. It was dodged. Yes, it was dodged, ladies and gentlemen. That was a great dodge, too. I watched the match. It was a great match. It was a great Money in the Bank qualifying match. Austin Theory tries to throw Black out, but he redons and tosses Theory to the apron. Black swings for a black mass, but Theory avoids it. Austin tries to get back inside, but Black knocks him off the apron. So Zelina Vega then jumps off commentary and talks trash to Black, allowing Theory to attack him from behind and throw him into the barricade. Man, that had to hurt Aleister Black real bad, man. Aleister Black, like I said, one of my favorite superstars. Former NXT champion. He won the tournament. They almost won that tournament that they were in, facing the Viking Raiders, that NXT tournament. Anyways, it was on commercial break. So then, back live from commercial break, Aleister Black is knocked head first into the turnbuckles. Theory rolls through the ropes for a drop kick and a 2 count. So Theory lifts Black into a torture rack and throws him into the buckles. Then again, he attempts it a third time, but Black counters and hits a body slam. Black with a roll up for a near fall. Theory attempts the ATL, his finish, but as referred to, his finisher, the ATL. The Austin Theory launch, that's what they call it, that's what it stands for. But Black lands on his feet and applies an armbar. Theory lifts Black and hits a one-headed powerbomb to break the hold. Theory's arm is hurting, but he shoves Black into the buckles chest first. Black rallies and lands a series of strikes, followed by a running knee to the face. Black connects with a springboard moonsault for a near fall. Theory counters Aleister and lands a super kick before hitting a brainbuster for a near fall. Theory talks some trash but gets punched, and Black hits a switch knee to the face. Bridging German suplex earns Black a near fall. Black lifts Theory for a black mass, but Theory ducks it and hits him. Then runs forward and gets dropped with a black mass. Aleister Black for the win. Aleister Black is so dominant with his strikes in the ring, man. This guy is a killer. He's a fucking strike killer. He's a fucking amateur boxing strike killer, man. This guy He does it all in the ring, man. His amateur background speaks for itself. His amateur background plays a role in his match against Austin Theory. Every match, his amateur boxing background plays a role in every match he's in. I mean, just look at the way he kicks people with that black mask. Indeed, one of my favorite superstars, Aleister Black, is. This guy is the best in-ring performer in WWE, man. WWE needs to keep continuing to push, give Aleister Black a push. So, Aleister Black is the second man qualified for Money in the Bank, alongside Daniel Bryan. Byron Saxton joins Black in the ring for an interview. He asks what Black's plan is for this year's unique Money in the Bank match that takes place at WWE headquarters in Connecticut. Black says he doesn't know much about corporate life, and they'll probably want him to cover his tattoos. But he's going to make sure every floor of that building will be personal hell for his opponents. So after that, Aleister Black cut that amazing, huge promo in his interview about what he's gonna do in his match in his Money in the Bank match at the headquarters in Connecticut. Charlotte Caruso interviews Shayna Baszler and asks her if she went too far last week when she stomped on Sarah Logan's arm. Baszler laughs and says no, all she did was break Logan's arm. So, Baszler versus Indy Hartwell. I can tell you right now, Shayna Baszler whooped Indy Hartwell's ass. I can tell you that right now. But Indy, I give credit to Indy Hartwell with her fight against Shotzi Blackheart. I mean, not Shotzi Blackheart, but Shayna Baszler. No, seriously, I give credit to Indy Hartwell. That would be a good match, though. Indy Hartwell versus Shotzi Blackheart. That would be a great match. That would be a great match, though. But anyways, Indy Hartwell, I give credit to her for being strong in the ring against Shayna Baszler, trying to do the best she could to defeat Shayna Baszler. But Shayna Baszler was ultimately the better woman. She took advantage. Baszler drills Indy with a forearm and some kicks right away. Gut-wrench suplex from Baszler. So then she attempts the elbow stomp, but Hartwell avoids it and rolls her up for a 1 count. Those of you that want to see Shayna Baszler, here she is right here. That's Shayna Baszler, yeah. Shayna Baszler, Queen of Spades, Cage Fighter, Vampire Eater, however you want to call her. WWE is giving her way too many names. They need to give her one name at a time. One name only. They need to give her one name. They're giving her too many fucking names. Way too many names. Anyways, Baszler gets mad and runs at her, but Hartwell kicks her. Shayna attacks her in the corner and slams her, followed by a knee to the jaw and a stomp to the elbow. The winner, Shayna Baszler. Baszler grabs a ladder and lies it beside the barricade. She pulls Indy from the ring and whips her into the barricade. Then rests the ladder against the steel steps and whips Indy into it. Baszler puts Hartwell's arm inside the ladder and kicks it. Hartwell's strength in the match, Hartwell's heart and will in the match, it was so much. She tried so much that Sasha Banks even took to Twitter to even have some good words on Indy Hartwell, on Indy Hartwell's fight against Shayna Baszler. Anyways, so it went on commercial break. So Yeah, it was a commercial break. I don't know why they put this on commercial break. I don't know why they decided to put this on commercial break when it should have just moved on, showing the match between Shawn and Brendan Vink versus Ricochet and Cedric Alexander. But I guess, oh well. I mean, how many times are they gonna do these commercial breaks? I mean, I just want to ask everybody: is everybody getting tired of WWE showing these commercial breaks? Because personally, I am, and I know JD from Off the Script is, and but I don't know if the other wrestling sources are getting tired of that. I don't think they are, but I know I am, and I know JD Off the Script's getting tired of these WWE showing these commercials, and I most certainly know that all my subscribers that are subscribed to my channel that watch my review, I know they're getting tired of WWE showing these commercials too. I'm sure they watch WWE too. It's WWE needs to do like 2-3 commercials at a time, because I feel like this should be a show fully shown, without commercials. I feel like commercials should be taken out. I feel like commercials should personally be taken out for a number of reasons. It's a waste of some superstars' TV time. It's a waste of TV time. Because the match doesn't get fully shown, It always goes on commercial. Some of the matches don't get fully shown like they should. But anyways, here's what happened with the match between... So, after Shayna Baszler's victory, here was the match. The next match was Sean Thorne and Brendan Vink versus Ricochet and Cedric Alexander. The team of Ricochet and Cedric Alexander is amazing. WWE needs to continue building this team up, because they deserve an opportunity for those Raw Tag Team titles. I can tell you that right now. Now, first of all, who is currently the Raw Tag Team Champions? Is it Buddy Murphy and Seth Rollins? I'm pretty sure the Raw Tag Team Champions are Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy. Yeah, let me look up Wikipedia and see who are the current Raw Tag Team Champions right now. Because I'm pretty sure it is Buddy Murphy and Seth Rollins. Let me see if I'm correct here. Let me check, see if I'm correct. Also, I'm gonna pull up those guys that were in that tag team, that were in that amazing tag team match for Cedric Alexander and Ricochet's tag team build-up. This tag team build-up with this tag team experience with Ricochet and Cedric Alexander. This tag team, I believe, should stay together. This is a perfect team. Looks like Monday Night Raw is trying to build up a new tag team for the Monday Night Raw tag team division, because right now Monday Night Raw currently has 3 tag teams. Because they got rid of Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins. They released them. They released Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. So now they got 3 tag teams. Actually, they got 4, because the Street Profits, War Raiders, AOP, Authors Payment, Cedric, and the new tag team, Cedric Alexander, Ricochet. That's 4 tag teams in the Raw Tag Team division. Now, SmackDown Tag Team division. Dolph Ziggler and Rude are still a tag team. That's 1. Heavy Machinery, New Day, and Usos. And Miz and Morrison. That's 5 tag teams in SmackDown's tag team division. So, SmackDown has 5 tag teams. Monday Night Raw has 4 tag teams. Monday Night Raw needs 1 more tag team on their roster. Oh, and the Forgotten Sons. Make that 6 tag teams. So that's 6 tag teams that SmackDown has in their tag team division. Oh, the Street Profits are Monday Night Raw Tag Team Champions. That's right. I knew it. I didn't forget about the Street Profits. I knew they were Tag Team Champions. I just wanted to bring that up. I just wanted to bring that up for you all to hear. The Street Profits are tag team champions. And who's the Raw Women's champion currently right now? Oh, that's right, Becky Lynch. That's right, Becky Lynch. Seth Rollins' wife. Oh, the Monday Night Messiah's wife. Girlfriend. Well, consider wife. I'm surprised. I like that angle between Selena Vega and her husband Aleister Black on Monday Night Raw that night. I enjoyed it. I liked it. That face off. I liked it. Speaking of Aleister Black and Selena Vega, you all should check out their YouTube channel. Their YouTube channel has already got millions of people, millions of views, millions of people subscribed to their channel. Oh, and plus they posted something on Twitter yesterday, asking us, telling us if they have any questions, comment, in their comment below, you know how they do it. People be like, comment in the section below, like I be saying, like me for an example, I be saying, if y'all have any questions about my reviews, comment down in the section below. If you have any questions about the matches and all that stuff, if you have any questions about anything that's related to WWE on these reviews, comment down in the section below. That's what I be saying. For example, that's an example. But I actually do be saying that, though, at the end. I do. And I am going to be saying that at the end, once again. I am. But yeah, the Street Profits are the current Raw Tag Team Champions. Almost forgot for a second there. Man. I'm surprised they didn't release Humberto Carrillo. There is no reason to release him. He's doing good. They're building him up slowly, though. Apparently, Roman Reigns is still on the SmackDown roster. They released him from WWE, quietly released him and Lana from WWE, but Roman Reigns is still on the roster. On the Wikipedia website, it says he's still on the roster. What the hell's going on here? Unless this is a storyline they're building up for Roman Reigns to turn heel. Unless Roman Reigns is going to come back and turn heel. This might be what this is. Roman Reigns might be returning to turn heel. They're not telling. They're probably not trying to tell us that they're building up for Roman Reigns' heel turn. Maybe that's why they banned Roman Reigns from WWE too. But the main reason why they banned him from WWE because he didn't show up at WrestleMania 36. But this could be leading to him turning heel. They might be working on Roman Reigns' heel turn. Folks, you should take notes and consider this. Consider this as a warning. No, I'm just joking. Not consider this a warning. But you all should be taking notes and realizing that WWE could secretly be building Roman Reigns up as a heel on the Friday Night SmackDown men's division. They could be building him up as a heel, and they're not telling us. They could secretly be doing that. I think my sources should take note of this. My wrestling YouTube channel sources, they should take note of this, because I think this is what's happening. I don't think they're telling us about this. They could be building him up for his heel turn. I think it's going to happen this year. I think Roman Reigns is going to turn heel. He's going to come back, turn heel. But in the meantime, right now, they've got him banned from WWE. Hell, there's no way they can do his heel turn with him being banned from WWE, but they could secretly be doing that while he's banned. They could secretly be building up for his return. Like how they did with John Cena. And they're just not telling us about it. You never know. WWE does stuff without not telling anybody about it, And Lars Solomon's return is supposed to be soon. Lars Solomon's supposed to be returning soon, too. This summer, he's supposed to be returning. I think after SummerSlam or before SummerSlam, he's supposed to be making his return. From from the rumors I've been hearing swirling around. Yeah, I think rumor has it that Lars Sullivan is supposed to be returning after SummerSlam, but before SummerSlam. I think it's going to happen. So, anyways, by the way, I'm going to bring Cedric Alexander and Ricochet up on the screen here, and then I'm going to put Sean Thorne on the screen here. My chair is making stupid noises. I don't know why. Maybe because it's broke. Maybe because it's on the verge of being messed up. Alright. You know what? If WWE really wants to use Sean Thorne and Brandon Vink, they might as well just call them up. They might as well just be main roster call-ups to the roster. I mean, there is no sense in having Brandon and Sean Thorne on Monday Night Raw if they're not calling them up to the roster. You know what I mean? Hell, they might as well call Indy Hartwell to the roster. Might as well call her up to the roster too. They had put her in the match against Shayna Baszler. All these NXT recruits from the Performance Center, they might as well call them up to the roster if that's the case, if they want to use them in squash matches, them losing and stuff. There's no sense. I mean, really, to be honest, there's really no sense in WWE putting these NXT Performance Center recruits in squash matches. That's just not right. That's embarrassing. I think that's disrespectful to them, and I think that's embarrassing to them. I don't think they want to be in squash matches like that. Mr. Ben's probably assuming if they don't be in squash matches, he's gonna fire them. Oh, okay. Okay, so you're putting them in squash matches so they can get their asses whooped, just like Kairi Sane, just like that match for Kairi Sane and Nia Jax. Oh yeah, and speaking of that, we're gonna talk about that when that's mentioned. We're gonna go into that in just a few minutes here. And speaking of Nia Jax, WrestleTalk.com has posted an article about Nia Jax. And I'm just gonna say Nia. I'm just gonna say her name specifically. I'm not gonna read the whole. I'm giving you a hint. I'm not gonna read the whole thing. Not till I get done. Not till I get to it. Anyway. WWE seems to be building up this team with Sean Thorne and Brandon Vink. I don't think this tag team between Sean Thorne and Brandon Vink is going to work. I mean, aren't they both technically from Australia? Ain't Brandon Vink from Australia too? I mean, there is Australian wrestlers in the WWE like Sean Thorne and Bronson Reed. Excuse me, not Brandon Reed, but Bronson Reed. Alright, so here's what happened with this match between the greatest tag team of Ricochet and Cedric Alexander and Sean Thorne and Brandon Vink. So, Vink starts the match by throwing Ricochet, then tagging Thorne. Sean slams Ricochet and runs at Cedric, but Ricochet comes back with a rolling dropkick. Alexander tags in and they double team an incoming Vink. Alistair tags Ricochet again and he knocks Sean around, then goes to the apron, but Vink yanks him down. So then Vink tags in and drops Ricochet with a right hand. Vink gets Ricochet up and attempts a powerbomb, but Ricochet reverses with a Hurricane Rana into the buckles. Thorne and Alexander get tagged, and Cedric takes them both out. Alexander puts Thorne's legs on Vink's shoulders and hits a swinging neckbreaker. Tag to Ricochet and a tornado DDT to Thorne. Ricochet hits a standing shooting star press, followed by a DDT to Vink. Cedric gets the tag, and they hit the recoil into the lumbar check for the win. Don't be surprised if they put Cedric, I can't even talk right today. Don't be surprised if they put the team of Ricochet and Cedric Alexander in a match against Flash Morgan Webster and Mark Andrews. That would be a great fucking dream match. You want to talk about a dream tag team match? Talk about Ricochet and Cedric Alexander versus the team Mark Andrews and Flash Morgan Webster. That match would be great. That would be a match that would start off Raw too. That would also start off Raw, you know. So, after the Ricochet and Cedric Alexander's victory last night over Brandon Vink and Sean Thorne, Charlie Caruso interviews Kairi Sane and Asuka. Caruso says tonight Sane will face Nia Jax again, but why will the outcome be any different? Asuka yells and says tonight Kairi is ready for a rematch. They dance off screen. We see Bobby Lashley in the gym. He brings Lana into the frame and she rubs his arm. He says he's going to demonstrate how simple it is to flip a tractor tire once he's warmed up. Lana says everyone is already jealous of her. But wait until we see what he can do. They walk off together. So it's Kairi Sane versus Nia Jax. So the match begins and Sane dodges Jax to jump on her back with let's just say with a sleeper. Because that really did happen. She literally dodges Jax to jump on her back with a sleeper. I mean, like that's going to do any good. Sane jumps for a drop kick, but Nia Jax catches her legs. Nia Jax. Yep, folks. Yep, ladies and gentlemen, Nia Jax catches her legs and swings her around before releasing. We see Asuka watching on a monitor backstage, and she's screaming at the TV. This is the second week in a row that they have not had Asuka ringside with Kairi Sane. Why is WWE not having Asuka ringside with Kairi Sane? This is like the third week in a row that they have not had Asuka ringside. Oh my God, I wish WWE would put Asuka ringside with Kairi Sane watching this match closely. At least help Kairi Sane, give them the advantage. I don't know if this is a sign that and I personally believe this, but I don't know if this is a sign that WWE is turning the Kabuki Warriors back face or what. I don't know if this is a sign that they're turning the Kabuki Warriors face, or this is a sign that they are about to release Kairi Sane from WWE. I hate to bring people's hopes up, but something tells me this is a sign that they are releasing Kairi Sane from WWE. And I really hope this is not happening. I really hope that doesn't happen. Because we would love to see, because a lot of people would love to see Io Shirai join the Kabuki Warriors. I think a lot of people would love to see Io Shirai join the Kabuki Warriors for sure. Would love to see a Japan trio. They would love to see a Japan trio, a Japan team that would dominate the women's division. Kabuki Warriors adding Io Shirai to that team, I could see them being the best. I could see them having the women's tag team titles again, adding Io Shirai to that tag team, to their tag team faction there. So anyways, the match begins and Sane dodges Jax to jump on her back with a sleeper. She jumps for a dropkick, but Jax catches her legs and swings her around before releasing. So we see Asuka watching on a monitor backstage and she's screaming at the TV. Again, this is the second, third week in a row they have not put her ringside. They need to do it. They need to put Asuka ringside instead of having her in the monitor backstage watching this matchup. I think that's disrespectful to Kairi Sane, and I think that's embarrassing to Kairi Sane that her partner is watching her from the monitor on TV and she's not ringside with Kairi Sane. I have a feeling they're building up Kairi Sane's heel turn. I think something tells me that they're going to have Kairi Sane turning on Asuka. This is what I'm thinking too. This is another possibility of why they could be having Kairi Sane losing these matches. They could be building her up for her heel turn as well. Building up for her heel turn to turn on Asuka. And for ultimately for Asuka to be a babyface. They could be building up for a Kairi Sane and Asuka feud. That's what I think could be happening. This is going to be crazy if WWE builds Kairi Sane and Asuka feud up. I just thought about it. This is going to be crazy if they are building their feud, if they are building up for her for Kairi Sane's heel turn and they're building her feud up with Asuka. I mean, I don't think it makes sense for WWE to put them in a feud if this is what this is all about. If this is why Kairi Sane is losing all these matches. So anyways, Jax throws Sane by the hair. Sane goes to the apron and slides under in an attempt to pin Jax. But she lifts Kairi up and throws her into the buckles. See, that was a Monday Night Raw butch right there that everybody was talking about today. That all my sources were talking about. So, super dangerous and poorly executed from Jax. Nia runs at Kairi in the corner, but nobody's home. Sane starts kicking the leg of Jax until she drops to a knee. Nia lifts her, but her knee gives out. So Kairi attacks her on one knee. Kairi knocks Jax into the corner and hits a sliding knee. It's more Nia Jax lifts. What am I trying to say? Nia Jax's knee giving out is more like Nia Jax faking her knee. It's more like she's faking it. But anyways, Kairi knocks Jax into the corner and hits a sliding knee. Sane goes up top and jumps, but Jax moves. Nia hits a Samoan drop for the win. So after Nia Jax's victory, Seth is sitting on a litter chair in his home. It looks like he's sitting on two litter chairs, if you ask me. It looks like he's sitting between two litter chairs. The way those chairs were set up in that Titron video there. I mean, the Monday Night Messiah, you know, the guy that JD showed on his podcast off the script last year of Seth Rollins, a picture of Seth Rollins wearing a pink hairnet, looking like a, so-called jellyfish from SpongeBob. Yeah. That's Seth Rollins. Oh, the Seth Rollins that was formerly known as the King Slayer and the Beast Slayer. Yeah. That's Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins that was known as the Arctic Architect. Yeah. That's Seth Rollins too. So, Seth was sitting in on a little chair in his home. He says Drew McIntyre is a brave man, a fighting champion, and he respects that. He says not many know what it's like to be in Drew's shoes, but he does. He says they both beat Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, and they both have a deep passion for the industry. And he says he accepts his challenge to a match Money in the Bank out of necessity because the WWE universe needs a leader. He is proven. He's a proven leader, and Drew is not. So that's what Seth Rollins has said. That's what he says. He says he's not a leader. He's trying to say Drew McIntyre is not a leader. Well, I think to the WWE Universe, I'm sure Drew McIntyre is a leader of that WWE champion that he defeated Brock Lesnar and won. Anyways, nonetheless, he says he's going to take McIntyre's title at WrestleMania because he has to. Because you have to? What? Oh my God. Seth Rollins' promo, I didn't like it. Okay? I don't even know why WWE is giving Seth Rollins an opportunity for the WWE Championship. Seth Rollins absolutely does not deserve to be in the title picture. He does not deserve a title opportunity. Simply why? Simply because of the simple fact that he lost to Kevin Owens at WrestleMania 36, for fuck's sakes. After his loss, Seth Rollins goes after Drew McIntyre. What a fucking stupid move by Seth Rollins. Terrible move. And a terrible fucking promo at that. Jesus Christ. WWE needs to go try something else with Seth Rollins. This is not working for him. It's really not. After commercial break, we see Eric and Ivar of the Viking Raiders driving on the road. They say they love to fight, that they worship Thor. They love brand, beards, and conquer to the tag team division while chanting their name. Ivar is eating a huge leg of meat. So, back to what I said about Nia Jax. So, speaking of Nia Jax, so WrestleTalk.com released an article about Nia Jax responding to a fan criticism following dangerous WWE Raw Butch. So on last night's episode of Raw, Kairi Sane looked to get some revenge over Nia Jax after Jax beat the former women's tag team champion and Money Bank qualifier on last week's show. Not last night, but last week. So, the match featured a rather scary Butch, where Jax threw Sane into the turnbuckles. The Butch got a lot of attention online, according to WrestleTalk, with fans calling Jax unsafe. So, didn't Nia Jax recently tweet about Ronda being unsafe? Simply, yes, she did. Yes, she did, Twitter. Yes, she did. The Butch not only led to people calling Jax unsafe and risky. So, yeah, the Butch not only led to people calling Jax unsafe and reckless, but hypocritical. So, it led to people calling Jax unsafe, reckless, but also hypocritical. It was just over 2 weeks ago that Jax revealed she once explained to WWE management about Ronda Rousey hurting Alexa Bliss during matches. So according to WrestleTalk.com, according to those guys, which those guys are one of my sources. So according to those guys, taking to Twitter, Jax has seemingly responded to the criticism that has come her way following the Butch. However, and WrestleTalk, not saying it in a smart way, saying it in the nice way that you guys are one of my sources. But anyways, however, rather than apologizing or owning up to her dangerous mistake, and by the way, JD's one of my other sources too, because I watch his podcast as well. He has the best podcast on his channel, so be sure you check out JD's podcast. This guy has the best podcast on his channel. Anyways, and also be sure you check out WrestleTalk too. Nonetheless, So, rather than apologizing or owing up to her dangerous mistake, she has seemingly used it to continue her feud with Ronda Rousey. So, she posted on Twitter yesterday saying since Kairi Sane can't anything about it, maybe Ronda would like to try Samoan for real. So, Fightful Wrestling tweeted with a comment, "This was frightening." Nia Jax retweeted it and said all that. So this is certainly not the first time fans have called out Jax for being reckless and unsafe in the ring. So it was a match. And I watched this. It was a match. It was in a match on Raw back in 2017 with Charlotte Flair, where Nia very nearly seriously injured Charlotte with a couple of butch moves. So fans online are not happy with that match with Nia Jax and Kairi Sane, which they shouldn't be. I don't blame them. Anyways, and by the way, JD from Off the Script, JD from NY, he cannot stand that fucking Nia Jax. He cannot stand Nia Jax. He doesn't even like her. He wishes that people would turn the channel, which some people are not going to turn the channel. Even though, I mean, JD, even though you're telling people to turn the channel, some people are not going to listen, dude. I wouldn't even mention these people. I wouldn't even tell these people to turn the channel, because you know some people on social media are going to watch your podcast and are going to listen to this, and they're not going to fucking turn the channel. Some of them are going to turn the channel, but not all of them. It's like when you tell somebody something, they're not going to do it. So JD, I wouldn't even bother telling everybody to turn the channel, because you know they're not going to do it. They don't listen. But some will turn the channel, not all. But I'm just saying, they're not going to fucking listen. Some of these people don't listen. That's just like the fucking retards on World of Tanks Mercenaries. It's like the fucking heavies and the mediums and the light tanks that sit back and fucking snipe like TDs when they shouldn't be. That's just like that. That's just like the fucking heavies and mediums that sit back and watch their fucking teammates die, and then they go up at the last minute to fucking get a short kill. Wow. And then you got stat players on here running their fucking mouths, claiming, oh, it's all about this about stats. Oh, it's all about that about stats. Let me tell you something. You guys on the freaking World of Tanks Mercenaries, you stat players need to shut the hell up, because it's not about stats. It's about having fun and tanking. It's about having fun, it's about kills, and it's about damage. It's not about stats. So, yeah, you guys on World of Tanks Mercenaries that are stat players, I'm putting you guys on notice. If I see one of you guys on the enemy team, I'm going to kill your tanks, and you're not going to fucking like it. And you're not going to fucking like how I'm going to kill your tanks, because I'm going to ram into them. Just thought I'd put that out there. You stat players need to seriously, you stat players need to be quiet, shut the hell up, and have some sense, and have some respect for people that are trying to play the game. For people that don't really care about stats. Like me. Personally, I don't care about stats. I'm not about stats. I'm all about having fun, communicating with my friends on World of Tanks Mercenaries, and tanking, killing tanks. I'm all about having fun killing tanks. I'm not about stats. I'm sorry. I'm not a stat player like these other guys are on this game. Just about all my friends on my friend list on that plays World of Tanks Mercenaries, just about all my friends on there are not stat players. They don't care about stats. They care about having fun. I don't either. But the stat players are usually the fucking retards that sit back and snipe, and most of them are usually the ones that just come on the mic and talk shit. There you go. So, anyways, after that huge promo with Eric and Ivar in the car, driving on the road, MVP, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God. Folks, why did WWE put MVP in the Money in the Bank qualifying match? He knew that he was going to get defeated by Apollo Crews, and they just put him in there anyway. Basically, you might as well consider this as a squash match for Apollo Crews to dominate MVP and pick up a victory over MVP, because that's exactly what Apollo Crews did last night. MVP made his way to the ring and says he has seen lots of WWE superstars rise and fall in pursuit of the Money in the Bank briefcase. He says we've already seen Daniel Bryan and Aleister Black qualify, and tonight the living legend Rey Mysterio attempts to get in. Not right now. He faces Apollo Crews, the most talented man in WWE, but he's already told his agent to book a flight to Tang Towers because he's finally gonna win. So, the Money in the Bank qualifying match. The match begins and Crews unloads right hands. The MVP and drops MVP with 2 drop kicks, and the veteran rolls to the apron. Crews knocks him off the apron, then jumps into it himself. But MVP swipes his legs. So, back live, and MVP has Crews in a camel clutch. Crews stands up and slams him into the buckles, but MVP fires back with a big lariat, folks. A big lariat and a 2 count. MVP drills Apollo with forearms while naming the people he's wrestled against. He looks to him to hit the playmaker, but Crews avoids it and hits a neck breaker. That'll get MVP down right there, that neck breaker. That's what I'm talking about. That'll get him down right there. That'll fucking ruin MVP's career right there, that move. Crews batters MVP in the corner, then hits a bit clothesline. Apollo connects with a high angle body slam for a 2 count. Another body slam from Crews, then looks for a frog splash, but MVP gets his knees up. MVP hits a playmaker, but Crews kicks out. Not kick it, but kicks out. Apollo Crews drops MVP, hits a military press, standing moonsault, standing shooting star press, and a spin out powerbomb for the win. So after Apollo Crews' amazing victory over MVP, and ladies and gentlemen, folks, I don't even know why WWE wasted their time putting MVP in this match against Apollo Crews. Apollo Crews was going to squash MVP. He was going to annihilate MVP. That's exactly what he did last night. Folks, WWE does not need to put MVP in no more matches. He's 46 years old, for fuck's sake. He shouldn't even be wrestling. He should be retiring. He should be sitting at home watching WWE instead of wrestling in WWE at the age of 46. And you don't want to know what's funny? MVP's son is not MVP's favorite wrestler. MVP, his son, doesn't even like MVP as a wrestler. That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. That's really, really funny. His son's favorite wrestler is not MVP, but in fact it's Rey Mysterio. That's funny. Boy, I bet MVP felt embarrassed by that. So anyways, Charlie Caruso interviews Ruby Riott backstage and asks how the Riott Squad went from being tight to divided. Ruby says 3 never was a squad, if you ask her. She needed double shoulder surgery because she had to carry Morgan and Logan. Now Sarah has a broken arm, and Liv will be lucky if she doesn't break both of hers. Liv thinks she's all grown up, but tonight Ruby Riott said she will prove how small and weak she really is. So, here's the match for Ruby Riott versus Liv Morgan. And again, folks, they need to stop booking MVP. No, they need to stop booking him. They need to put MVP. They should not put MVP in any more matches. He's getting squashed too much. They need to fucking retire him. He needs to stop wrestling. He fucking sucks. Anyways, here's what happened with the match between Ruby Riott versus Liv Morgan. The match begins with a stiff lockup, and Liv forces Ruby to the corner, but gets decked with a forearm. Ruby kicks Liv and slams her head into the mat. Morgan fights back and hits a few clotheslines and a springboard dropkick for a 2 count. Morgan shoves Riott by the head, then looks for a suplex, but Ruby counters by suplexing Liv onto the top rope, then kicking her head. Ruby applies a submission to Liv and trash talks her. Ruby beats Liv against the ropes, then drops her with a super kick. Ruby slaps the head of Liv and asks her to beg for mercy. Ruby hits the ropes, but Morgan hits a rope-assisted flatliner for the win. I like how WWE is building Liv Morgan up. Good job. Keep on building her up. She deserves to be a top superstar in the Raw Women's division. So, anyways, they're back in the gym with Bobby Lashley, and he says he's all warmed up. He says this is no easy task. It takes an elite athlete to flip a tractor tire. Then he does it with ease. Lashley says any athlete can do that. But how many can do this? He turns to a far bigger tire that he'll flip later in the night. Raw went to commercial break. Then Raw returns with a graphic to commemorate Howard Finkel, who died this past week. It's a shame. The Finkel was most certainly deserving of a tribute video. So this brings us to the match of Rey Mysterio versus Murphy. So the match begins, and let's just say, wait for it. Where's Rey Mysterio? Alright, Fred, let's bring him up. Alright, Fred, let's bring these guys up. Alright, Fred, yeah. Let's bring them up on the screen here. Here they are. So, why does this keep happening? Is it this game that's freaking fooling me, or what? I told y'all this review is going to be terrible. And I'll tell you how I felt about this week's Raw. I'll tell you what this week's Raw was at the end. Some of you are going to agree with me when I say this. I thought it was going to be interesting, but you know what? What I'm about to say, you all are definitely going to agree with me on this when I say this. I'm telling you. There are 4 reasons why you're going to agree with me, and I'll also tell you the other 4 reasons, too. I don't know why I even pushed the wrong button. I don't know what happened. So,
Rey Mysterio brings
this was Rey Mysterio and Buddy Murphy. Here is what happened with the match between Rey Mysterio and Buddy Murphy. So the match begins and Murphy takes down the Lucha Legend with a headlock. Rey flips out, but Murphy swipes his feet. But Rey does the same to him. Murphy kips up Murphy laughs and says, "Not bad for an old man." Ray catches Murphy with a hurricanrana that lands him on the middle rope, and Ray runs, but Murphy jumps up, and Ray tells him how close he came. Murphy attacks Ray, who goes between the ropes to get away, then leaves the ring and tells the referee he hurt his finger. Murphy runs after Ray and shoves him into the barricade. Then, back in the ring, Murphy takes a wrist lock, but Ray flips out and knocks him from the ring. Ray drop kicks Murphy through the ropes, then slides through the ropes towards him, but gets caught by Murphy. Ray fights away, but Murphy connects with a boot, and then Murphy then stomps the injured hand as we head to a commercial break. So back live, Murphy slams Ray's hand into the steel steps. Murphy drags Ray to the apron and slams his head onto the top of the ring post. Then stands on it. Ray knocks Murphy off the post and he falls to the floor. Ray runs off the steps and hits a hurricanrana onto the steel ramp. So then Ray hits a springboard crossbody to Murphy back in the ring. Then counters him to hit a tilt-a-whirl DDT for a near fall. Both men wind up on the apron, and Ray knocks Murphy off into the barricade. Ray runs and catches Murphy with a baseball slide into a hurricanrana into the barricade. Ray throws Murphy back inside the ring and dives for a crossbody, but Murphy rolls through and lifts him for a swinging facebuster. Murphy hits a knee to the face and a brainbuster for a near fall. Murphy drags Ray to near the corner and scales the ropes, but Ray comes back with a right hand. Ray jumps. He hits a cannon destroyer followed by a 619. Ray goes up top and hits a fall splash for the win. Ray joins Daniel Bryan, Aleister Black, and Apollo Crews in the Money in the Bank ladder match.
Ring, a proud lineage of Lucha Libre wrestling.
So, after this amazing match between Rey Mysterio and Buddy Murphy, Angel Garza and Selena Vega are interviewed by Charlie Caruso. Vega insults Caruso and says Drew McIntyre won't make it to Money in the Bank because of Angel Garza. Vega walks off, but Garza then hits on Angel Garza, and Selena Vega are interviewed by Charlie Caruso. Vega insults Caruso and says Drew McIntyre won't make it to the Money in the Bank because of Angel Garza. Vega walks off, but Garza then hits on Charlie and she's into it. So, commercial break. NXT champion Charlotte Flair makes her way to the ring. Her opponent is already there. So it's Charlotte Flair versus Kaden Carter. So here's what happened with this match between Charlotte Flair and wait for it, Kaden Carter. So here's the match. Here's what happened with the match between these two. The bell rings and Flair drops Carter with a big boot. Flair kicks Carter around the ring, trash talking her in the process. Flair gets caught in the ropes, and Carter kicks her leg. The super kick her in the mouth for a 1 count. Carter hits a crucifix bomb, then into a octopus stretch, but Charlotte stands up and shrugs her off. Charlotte elbows Carter, then uses the ropes before hitting a spear. Charlotte applies a figure 4, then takes her time before transitioning it into a figure 8, making Carter tap. So still to come, Drew McIntyre versus Angel Garza. It was up next. So the main event was Drew McIntyre versus Angel Garza. So Andrade said Andrade would be in action last night, and he was. Andrade was Zelina Vega versus Akira Tozawa. The bell rings, and Tozawa unloads on Andrade, but gets kicked down with a right hand. Tozawa hits an enziguri, followed by a shining wizard for a 1 count. Tozawa knocks Andrade to the apron, then kicks him off. Tozawa goes to the apron and hits a huge running cannonball senton into the barricade. Back inside the ring, Tozawa hits a missile drop kick for a 2 count. Andrade turns the tables and slowly attacks the left arm of Akira Tozawa and hits a tilt-a-whirl into an octopus stretch. Andrade escapes, but Tozawa clocks him with a right hand. Andrade comes back with a drop kick, then looks for a Three Amigos, but Tozawa reverses him, hits a super kick, and goes up top, but Andrade crutches him. Andrade pulls Tozawa down for a draping hammerlock DDT for the win. Street Profits make their entrance and join the commentary team. So it was Bianca Belair versus Santana Garrett. The match gets underway. And Bianca, of course, known as the EST of NXT, now known as the EST of Monday Night Raw, forces Santana to the corner until the referee breaks down. Well, they break them. The referee breaks them. They break them up, basically. They lock up, and Bianca slams Garrett down by the face. Garrett grabs her leg, but Bianca lifts her up into her shoulder and walks around the ring because the simple fact that Bianca gets elbowed, but she slams Garrett a few times. Bianca throws Garrett around, then hits a shoulder tackle. Also the simple fact that Bianca Belair gets Santana up in a suplex position and does a few squats before landing it. Belair hits a moonsault and slaps her behind at forward on commentary. Garrett fires back with a kick, then takes to the top rope for a crossbody. Garrett attempts a springboard, but gets kicked out of mid-air. Belair slams Garrett, then hits the kiss of death for the win. So the EST of WWE picked up the win on Raw. So then, the main event. So don't forget again about the match with Andrade and Akira Tozawa. I'm going to remind you all again that Andrade, along ringside Zelina Vega, picked up a victory over, wait for it, this guy, Akira Tozawa. So don't forget that. Don't get me wrong, he is the greatest United States champion of all time, but him being out and still United States champion, a lot of people are really starting to question that. Anyways, so it's Drew McIntyre versus Angel Garza. Angel Garza, a former cruiserweight champion in his own right. Yep, I said it. Angel Garza, cruiserweight champion. Former cruiserweight champion, actually, because the current one is Jordan Devlin. Don't be too surprised if I mention Jordan Devlin, the true Irish ace in the cruiserweight division. The best cruiserweight champion in the house. The true Irish pro wrestler. True ace in the game. So, anyways, back to the Drew McIntyre versus Angel Garza match. So, here is what happened with this match between the Scottish psychopath Drew McIntyre and the guy who gets the fucking ladies all the time. Who gets the ladies, the good old ladies all the time. The guy who gets the Espanol ladies. You know what I mean by Espanol, the Latino. The Hispanic women. I did say Espanol in the white way because I did say it. It's in Spanish. It is a Spanish word, so I said it right. It's Espanol for those of you who are just now learning Spanish. So anyways. Espanol, amigo. Anyway. Garza sneak attacks McIntyre. But the WWE champion, the first ever Scottish WWE champion, turns the tables and batters him in the corner. Then drops him with a chop block. McIntyre hits an overhead belly to belly and Garza rolls to the outside. The WWE champion, Drew McIntyre, beats the Garza on the outside, then sends him into the ring, and current United States champion Andrade tries to shove Drew into the post, but the WWE champion stops him himself. Garza tries to hit a suicide dive, but gets caught and thrown over the steps. The former cruiserweight champion Garza runs back over the steps and jumps, but the WWE champion McIntyre hits him with a Glasgow kiss. Austin Theory comes from behind to attack Drew, but gets dropped with a right hand. Finally, Garza runs off the steps and drop kicks McIntyre. Back in the ring, Garza shows things down and tries to systematically attack McIntyre, but the Scottish psychopath rallies back and connects with a big boot. McIntyre climbs up top and hits a diving clothesline, then tosses Garza to the outside. McIntyre dives over the ropes into Theory, Garza, and Andrade. Then looks at Selena and says he can do it all. McIntyre puts Garza in the ring, then throws Andrade over the barricade and hits Theory with a Claymore kick. Back in the ring, Drew hits a running back elbow in the corner. McIntyre attempts a reverse Alabama slam, but Garza counter, only to be caught with a Claymore kick. So, it was Drew McIntyre for the win. So, Garza was busted open by the big boot a little earlier. Drew walks up to the commentary team and jokes with them, then goes back to the ring and hits Garza with another Claymore kick. He yells at Vega to keep sending them in. Then Austin Theory rolls in, still dazed, and he gets another Claymore. And that was the show. So this is it. This is the end of the Monday Night Raw review, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you all tuned in and enjoyed hearing what you had to hear about what all happened on Monday Night Raw last night. Oh, yeah, that reminds me. the WWE filming schedule. You all need to be reminded about that again. And the wind is blowing so hard outside, I can't believe it. WWE filming schedule. Everybody needs to know this again. Let me find it. If I can find the damn thing. There it is. So, before I end this live stream, I'm going to remind you all that WWE stands for World Wrestling Entertainment. Here's WWE's new filming schedule per Pro Wrestling. Alright, so I gotta put the Monday Night Raw logo back up, because this is the end. We have officially ended my Monday Night Raw review. So this is the end of Monday Night Raw review, of my Monday Night Raw review. So back to the thing where I said World Wrestling Entertainment. So here's WWE's new filming schedule per Pro Wrestling Sheet. So I'm going to repeat all of this again to those of you who could not keep up with what I said yesterday on the WWE filming schedule. Friday, April the 17th, SmackDown will air Friday live as scheduled on Friday. Monday, April the 20th, Raw will air live as scheduled on USA Network. Wednesday, April the 22nd, NXT will air live as scheduled. Friday, April the 24th, SmackDown will air live as scheduled. Saturday, April 25th, 2 episodes of SmackDown will be taped, airing May 1st and May 8th. Monday, April 27th, 2 episodes of Raw will be taped, one for that night, and the other will air the following week on May 4th. Wednesday, April 29th, 2 episodes of NXT will be taped. One is for that night. The other will air on May 6th. Monday, May 11th, 1 episode of Raw will be taped for that night, and 1 episode of SmackDown will be taped for May 15th. Tuesday, May 12th, 1 episode of Raw will be taped for May 18th, and 1 episode of SmackDown will be taped for May 22nd. Wednesday, May 13th, 2 episodes of NXT will be taped. One is for that night. The other one will air on May the 20th. Monday, May the 25th, 2 episodes of Raw will be taped. One for that night. The other will air on June 1st. Tuesday, May 26th, 2 episodes of SmackDown will be taped. One will air on May 29th. The other will air on June 5th. Wednesday, May 27th, 2 episodes of NXT will be taped. One is for that night. The other will air on June 3rd. Monday, June 18th, the 8th. Like I said, I still can't talk right. Like I said, I barely could even talk right on my review. Talking this like I'm drunk or something. I'm not drunk, I don't drink. Don't compare me to beer, I don't drink. I don't like that stuff. Monday, June 8th. Plus, it's not good for you. Monday, June 8th, 1 episode of Raw taped for that evening, and another episode of SmackDown taped for June 12th. Tuesday, June 9th, 1 episode of NXT will be taped for June 10th. Monday, June 15th, 1 episode of Raw taped for that evening, and another episode of SmackDown taped for June 19th. Monday, June 15th, 1 episode of Raw taped for that evening, and another episode of SmackDown taped for June 19th. Tuesday, June 6th, 1 episode of Raw taped for June 22nd, and another episode of SmackDown taped for June 26th. Wednesday, June 17th, 2 episodes of NXT will be taped. One is that night. The other will air on June 24th. Monday, June 29th, 2 episodes of Raw will be taped. One for that night, and the other will air on July 6th. Tuesday, June 30th, 2 episodes of SmackDown will be taped. One for July 3rd, and one for July the 10th. And last but not least, Wednesday, July 1st, 2 episodes of NXT will be taped. One is for that night. The other will air on July the 8th. So this is all according to Pro Wrestling Talk. This is the WWE's new filming schedule, Pro Wrestling Sheet. That's all the filming schedules per Wrestling Sheet. Now, this week's Monday Night Raw was, let me tell you what this week's Monday Night Raw was to me. This week's Monday Night Raw was absolutely terrible because of 4 reasons. Number one, and here is the main reason why. Here, number one main reason. There's 4 reasons. Number one, the first reason why this week's Raw was terrible is because of the simple fact that Seth Rollins is giving a title opportunity that he clearly does not deserve. Okay, here's the second reason why. Number 2, the WWE Butch match. Well, Nia Jax simply didn't give a shit about commenting on that criticism that fans gave her over that WWE Butch, over her throwing Kairi Singh over her head into the buckle. Well, that WWE Butch was fucking terrible as shit. That's another reason why Raw was terrible. Number 3, MVP didn't even deserve to be in a Money in the Bank qualifying match. And what did he do to deserve that? Absolutely not a damn thing. So that's another reason why this week's Raw was terrible. And last but not least, number 4. Here's the last reason why Raw was terrible. It's because of the simple fact that Asuka was not ringside with Kairi Singh watching that match. She was instead, WWE put her in the monitor backstage watching the matchup. It's almost like Kairi Singh has the virus or something. So this week's Raw was absolutely terrible and garbage. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. This is the end of the Monday Night Raw review. And I thought I'd tell you the WWE filming schedule again to those of you who didn't understand it. So I hope you got it. Thanks for watching. Have a good, fantastic Tuesday. Getting my days mixed up. Have a good Tuesday. I will be working because it is about to be close to 5 o'clock soon. So I will be turning this over to World of Tanks Mercenaries because I'll be getting on there, buying a few stuff, doing a few matches, working on contract, and then 4 o'clock, I'm going to get off, get ready for work and all that stuff. So, you all, this is the end of Monday Night Raw review. Have a good day. Stay safe. Keep your hands washed. Hygiene's important. And to those of you that are autistic, I have to say this before I end this live stream. To those of you that are born with autism, ADHD, and OCD like me, don't ever let any fucking body talk to you like that and offend you like that. Because of what that person said yesterday offended me completely. Don't ever let a fucking retard offend you like this. Like how that other guy offended me last night. Like the guy from the Rematch Clan. Don't ever let a guy like that fucking offend you. Don't ever let a guy talk bad about autism. Step up, say something about it. Don't just let them take advantage of you. Talk to them like that. I was going to let that guy take advantage of me. So I had a reason to cuss him out and talk to him like the way he was. So anyways, just thought I'd let you guys, you people that's autistic know. Don't let anybody talk to you all like that. Anyways, thanks for watching. Peace. I'm out. Thank you for watching my Monday Night Raw review.